Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, people. Hello and welcome to MHF. As usual, Arsenal are the best in Europe, as some Arsenal fans actually claim. Currently, statistically, they are kind of the best in Europe. Liverpool are winning football matches. Ikitiki is absolutely playing well. Salah is a problem for Liverpool, without a shadow of a doubt, because now he shows his angry side, which is, like, he's right. He's a club legend and everything. Chelsea are winning without their best players, without Cole Palmer, without a striker, with Enzo Fernandez playing some games, with Caicedo, Lavia's back, without, like, Reece James didn't play yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, and he's still winning games. And is that a scary part about Chelsea? Well, we'll actually talk about it. Of course, Caicedo is playing out. Another goal for Caicedo, by the way, another goal on the board for the DM that everyone is saying he's just a tackler. And Manchester City with Haaland, which is, we couldn't find a Man City fan, to be honest, today. So we're here for it. How's everyone doing?
I'm good, man.
Good. Just correct you on one thing. You said Liverpool are winning games. They won a game. I don't applaud. They won a game. So, good.
Okay, I want to have this. Okay, I love this conversation. I love this conversation, which is this is where we're going to start. Chelsea fans are criticizing Liverpool currently. It's not gelling. It's not good. No. Will the Chelsea fans have chest and say that we will finish above Liverpool? Don't get, like, I'm not saying there is no confirmation in football. Nobody reads the future. But do people really think that this Chelsea team is better than this Liverpool team, that they can actually, there is a possibility to finish above them? Is that what Chelsea fans, because Don was speaking to me this morning. You are here. I know your thoughts. You're like, Liverpool are struggling. Are you in that camp of Chelsea above Liverpool, or Chelsea are better than Liverpool, you can go further in the Champions League, stuff like this? Or you still think that you are the fourth team, underdogs outside of there?
Listen, my opinion hasn't really changed again, and you've spoken to me enough times to know where I stand with Chelsea and what we didn't do in the summer, which has annoyed me, because for me, I said it's an opportunity to go and do something, and win a league title, compete heavily in the Champions League. Like, for me, that opportunity is there. There's no dominant team that's going to do 100 points or anything like that. So again, opportunity is there. We've just got to go and take it. And for me, right now, I still look at Liverpool, and I think they're obviously a great team.
Do you think you played better than Liverpool?
We played better football than Liverpool. This season, it's hard to say.
By the way, we're not gonna. I'm just gonna say this is not for you ads. It's for the chat as well. I am tired of it's 4 games, it's 5 games, it's 6 games.
No, it's not.
You guys know how many games it has been played, right? every team has played 13 games, right? 3
Yeah.
Champions Leagues, 8 games, and probably 1 cup game, if I'm not mistaken, for every team.
Yeah. One
So
cup
12
game, yeah.
games is a big enough sample size for me to actually analyze the team. It can change. I'm not deluded.
Yeah,
Things can change, right? But it's a big sample size, actually. We are
for sure.
2 months into the season.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a lot to say, right? Listen, with Chelsea, can we compete for the league? Yes. I think we will compete for the league. I'm not gonna go and like rule out Liverpool because again, when I saw Liverpool fans quitting on their team, saying that we're in a top 4 battle now, slot out, and this isn't just Twitter fans saying it. This was like big content creators, Liverpool fans that I know who are usually level-headed, like crashing out. For me, it's crazy. And of course, they're still in the race. Of course, they should still be among the favourites. If you want to have Arsenal above them, that's cool. It can happen because we saw 4 shocking games from them on the back of a lot of poor performances. So you're right, Mo. We're long into the season now. Again, it's not just it's just the start of the season. No, we're in the thick of it. We had a couple international breaks as well, so we can actually judge what we're looking at. And certainly, Liverpool.
Is it something banging or it's only me?
Yeah, I can hear a little something there. I just heard.
Like I can hear something banging.
Is it gone now? Is it gone now?
Yes.
Yeah, all right, bless. Cool. Don't worry about that. Basically,
are we allowed to know what was that?
It's just like my massage sharing it, like a long day.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No. It was it's fine. Don't worry about it. No, my point. It was kind of like a consistent, like with the same rhythm.
Yeah.
Anyway, no worries. No.
Liverpool, right? With Liverpool, again, listen, they've got the players, and that's why for me, right, ruling them out was crazy. But again, for us, the scary thing about us, because yes, it's scary for rivals. We've not had our best players. Again, Liverpool have had all their players fit. They've had their manager. Their new.
I've not had anyone tell me Chelsea are scary. Nobody. Romario's here.
You just said the scary thing might be that Chelsea.
This is my opinion.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm saying for you, you'll be right to say that because again, if rival fans should be looking at Chelsea thinking, well, they're not actually at their best. And yet, if it wasn't for 2 silly red cards in 2 games that we probably would have won about the red cards, we would actually be top of the table. Because think about it, we would have beat Brighton if we didn't get the red card. United away, it can be a tough game, right? But I still think we would have won that without the silly red cards. And that's the thing with Chelsea, right? I won't put us as favourites for anything because I know that this team wasn't built to win the league right now. Even though we have the players to do it, we have the coach who can coach at that level. But of course, we didn't structure it the right way. But that's a different conversation.
But Ads, sorry,
now,
how can you say this? But Ads, sorry, how can you say this? The squad wasn't built to win the league, but you got the players to do it.
So let me answer that. You know what? I'll let you interject because that's a great question, and I want to answer that. The reason why is because yes, we spent 1 billion. People want to say 2 billion. Cool, say 2 billion. We spent 2 billion, but who did we spend it on? Yes, we bought some great players: Caicedo, Palmer, Reece James. These are guys you can start in any team in the world, right? And there's also some other great players in there: Enzo, Lovejoy, Pedro, many other really good players in there, right? But again, when you spend 100 million to invest in a weak area like left wing for us, you expect that to be 100 million. That's going to be a lot, right? But instead of we spend it on Garnacho and Gittins, man of the match yesterday was quality, but those aren't guys who are you're thinking going to carry to a league title. Now, if we spent that money on, arguably a striker that people are saying is better than Erling Haaland, then you would think, okay, that might take us to the next level. If we spend that money on a player that people are saying is the best number 10 in the world, you would think, okay, that would make us league that title challenges. We're not title favorites, right? That's what Liverpool did. And that's why it's funny seeing their fan base crash out because they're doing something that they're not used to doing. They're the heritage club. We do it our way. We don't spend big money. Now they spend big money after winning the league title, and good on them. You're meant to do that as a big team. But now comes the pressure with that. And that's why it's lovely seeing them and a lot of their fan base crash out and be mad. And obviously, Sam's one of the ones that
we spent money on proven players. There's a difference.
That's the difference between Chelsea.
There is a difference between buying Vert for 100 million versus buying Garnacho and Gittins for 90. We could have done that too.
But that's my point.
What stopped Liverpool from buying 2 young wingers? So once again, in the words of Footy Judgment, forget what I say, even in his own words, what you spend your money on, I don't get it. Like, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem.
I never said this.
You go and pitch it on like a bottle of whiskey. It's up to you.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm not going to sit up here and go like, how old is the guy? How much experience? That was a decision you made. Semenyo alone would have cost half both of them put together.
I would have loved to find Semenyo, yeah. And that's why I say this team isn't built for now. It wasn't built to win a league. It can win a league. But again, any serious board director that's looking to win a league, of course, you would sign a centre back when you.
The scan thing is like for me. I think the world would go mad if Chelsea win the league this season.
They would.
That would be mental. That would be mad. That would be mad.
Like I think it's not a Leicester odd season, that's out of respect to Chelsea. It's not a Leicester season.
Of course not.
But it would shock a lot of people in the world. You get my point?
Of course.
You like I would think that I can't see Reece James lifting the Premier League at the end of the season. I just can't see. I can see Rodri, I can see Diaz, I can see Arsenal, I can see Liverpool, even now. I don't know what I see you challenging. Okay, let me just put it this way. I think you should challenge. Here is the difference between I see you challenging and you should, right? I see you as a team that might hover. I still think that you're behind City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. I think so.
Okay.
But I think you must challenge. But the problem is the fan base are like not you. Because the club spent money, you all come here on panels and on social media, not you as well. Like I'm talking not particularly to you. No, we are the chill guy. We're outside. Our project is the second. We win trophies. We won the Club World Cup and the Conference League, right? But based on the money you spent and you winning the Club World Cup and finishing fourth last season, 5 points behind Arsenal, there should be, and I repeat, there should be more pressure on Chelsea to actually compete with the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool, and City. But everyone keeps saying, we're not ready this season. We're not ready. Liverpool can say Wirtz is young, Kirks is young, Frimpong is young. You know what I mean?
They actually can't.
Why not?
Because these guys, well, before they signed for Liverpool, these were more established things than the players that Chelsea signed. And again, Sam's right. We spend the money on what we spend it on. They spend it on what they spend it on. That's why I'm critical of our board, because you should have said better. And again, that's why I can say I don't think we were built to win the league right now, because you can see the squad directors are looking to build for a longer term project.
Yeah, you have the best midfield. Your defense is improving.
But that's my point. However, we have.
Do you think you're attacking? Okay. Do you think? Okay, let's actually go deeper into this thing.
Sure.
Forget Liverpool. Fuck Liverpool. Liverpool are losing games. Liverpool only want to win back-to-back games and they would be like, oh my, thank you, my life is better now. Drifty came this morning and he's like, I won a football match. I'm happy now. I'm a happy man, right? Right? Forget it. Let's talk about Arsenal. Do you believe that Arsenal are favorites to win the Premier League now? Everyone believe that? Like we cannot.
We
cannot argue with it now.
Very close between them and Liverpool. It's very close.
It's not close now. It's not close now. Okay. Anyway, let's compare it to Arsenal. Do you believe your midfield is better than Arsenal?
Yeah, of course.
Do you believe your attack is better than Arsenal? Do you believe your attack is better than Arsenal? About Estevao,
currently,
Pedro, Delap is coming back, Palmer is coming back.
My thing is why I said it could be scary for a lot of our rivals is because our best front four, we've only seen two of them start together. For me, our best front four, of course, is Palmer there. Of course, is João Pedro there. It's Estevao there, and it's Delap up top. I'm saying if you can get that front four, especially against lower blocks and teams lower down the table.
So what is that?
Let him finish. Wait through Mario.
The fact that if I see that front four consistently, that's a front four that can challenge for a league, and that is on par, if not better than Arsenal's front four.
No, you're right.
Palmer, Delap, and who? And Pedro?
No, João Pedro. Yeah, João Pedro.
João Pedro, Delap, Estevao, Palmer. That is better than Arsenal's attack.
Arsenal's attack is very good. If it all clicks, which again it's not clicking right now, and that's the scrape up for them.
We're not doing the click thing, bro. We're not. That's
Liverpool.
Look, click FC is Liverpool. That's different.
No,
FC
I don't believe
Liverpool.
Arsenal is actually different. But again, just to answer the point, yes, I think our attack at full flow, when they get again time to play together, which Arsenal team has had years to do, by the way. When our attack does that, I think it's better than Arsenal's.
Mo, can I come in here? Because Ads has said they've got players to win the league, but the squad's not built to win the league. But their midfield's better than Arsenal's, and their attack's better than Arsenal. Hold on, Ads, let me land.
I mentioned defense or goalkeeper, because everybody knows defense wins leagues, and that's why I didn't mention that.
True. Yeah, but bro, like, how can you sit
Sanchez
there
has been
and say
good this season, though. You guys scapegoat all the time.
What, Pedro Neto?
No, Sanchez has been good.
Sanchez has been good this season. He made that only United mistake, which is a lot of people. Ederson made that mistake. Alisson made it with Van Dijk, but he didn't get a red card. But Arthur scored.
This is my problem. People will always accuse Liverpool fans of scapegoating person X, person Y. But Sanchez ain't been bad this season at all. He hasn't done anything wrong.
No. Listen, just because you have good games as a goalkeeper doesn't mean you're overall having a good season. Again, with Sanchez, I've seen it, and yes, he's improved. The last 7-8 months has been better than what he was doing before. But that being said, when you have a Bozo Gene as a goalkeeper, unless you prove it over time, I know that the mistake coming around the corner, and he's going to make mistake after mistake eventually. That's going to cost the team. Again,
he saved you plenty of games.
How many teams have won the Premier League?
You do realize Raya had a Bozo Gene before fixing up as well.
and he fixed it. Again, I need to see
And
way more
and
evidence.
they challenge and win toe to toe.
I still remember
with David
Romario
Raya.
would tell you this 2 seasons ago, the first season they bought Raya, there was a conversation in the Arsenal fan base, shall we start Ramsdale or Raya? I swear to God, there was
And they went toe to toe with City to the last game and a quarterfinal of the Champions League.
But Sam talks about him now with a lot of respect because he earned that credit in the bank over time. Sanchez hasn't done that. The Club World Cup was great. Again, world champion.
Okay, but when someone earns your credit,
I need way more time.
When someone improves his performances, you have to acknowledge it. Meaning, let's say, I'll give you the most perfect example. Isak right now is not performing. Isak now in the next 10 games scores a goal every game. Are you going to come here and keep saying Isak is shit, Isak is shit?
But to be fair,
you compare Isak, who's established as maybe the second best striker in the league. People have been saying that for ages. Compared to Sanchez, who was backup goalkeeper at Brighton when we signed him. He wasn't even starting for Brighton.
To be fair to Ads, the thing is as well, your defense is more than your goalkeeper as well. It's the whole team. It's the back four. It's the
wait for this. Wait for it, Romario. Wait for it. Wait. Who's the best left back in the league?
I know you're gonna do it.
Wait for it. Wait for it. It's coming.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. You've met Ads. I'm not.
Who's the best left back in the league, Ads?
The best left back in the league. Actually. Wait, hold on.
I dare you not say Cucurella because I know you're
the best right back in the league is Reece James. That's a fact.
You don't believe that.
And the best left back in the league. Wait.
I know what you're doing here, right? I know what you're doing here.
I'm not doing anything, bro.
Rather than getting the run, I'm going to answer the keeper, which is, do I rate Reece James as the best right back in the league? Yes. Is Cucurella among the best left backs in Europe? Yes, he is. I agree. And when
question there,
let me land the point. Let me land the point. And yes, Timber can play golf. I don't really care. The whole point is, yes, we have very good pieces. My point is, centre back is a key issue. Again, is anybody here going to tell me that they think Fofana or Tosin or Chalobah are title winning the centre backs? No. Answer my question. Title winning centre backs. Tell me that now.
Yes, let me tell you now. Here's the difference between Chelsea and Arsenal. Calafiori play left back, flying up in the penalty area of the opposition, building up the play, passing with Eze on the right side. Timber overlapping all the time. Reece James and Cucurella, as good as they are, and I like them, and I think Reece James, for me, we can have this argument about him and Timber, this is what is going on now in social media, so we can have it. I think Reece James is better player than Timber, but Reece James is mostly staying back, building from doing the playmaking from the back, from the midfield. He inverts sometimes, stay right side. Sometimes he's more of a defensive left back than Timber currently in terms of positioning. Go watch the heat maps. It proves my point. Everyone knows that Timber flies forward with Arsenal, and Reece James
he picks his moments more.
Yes. Yeah, Reece James picks his moments more than Timber, who's up and down. These two are very experienced, Reece James and Cucurella, right? Mm-hmm. Along with Fofana, who's there, along with Tosin, who's there.
No, Fofana's not super experienced. He's not. How many times he's been injured in the last 3 years?
Player. A good player. I get it. There's nobody that has Saliba and Gabriel in the league. Even Liverpool don't have Saliba.
We don't even have Konate and Van Dijk. We don't.
Yes. But I think if you have in front of them the likes of Lavia and Caicedo to protect your centre backs, which is the numbers prove that your defense is improving by the game, that means the defense is not the problem here. Because Man City won leagues when their defense is not the best. Liverpool won the league last season when Arsenal had the best defense, but Liverpool offense was magnificent and amazing, right? That excuse that Chelsea keeps saying, you have 2 of the pieces are the best in the league. Arguably one of them, okay, I'm going to say this because I've seen Lewis, I've seen others saying that Reece James is the best right back in the world. Maybe behind Ashraf Hakimi, they say, or similar.
No.
Anyone that's close.
I've heard it, Osam. I've heard it from them.
We don't need to have that conversation. Your point.
Yes.
We don't need to have the conversation because you don't want the conversation because it just shows how crazy Chelsea fans are.
But it'll just be
my issue with Chelsea fans is they legitimately believe.
I don't know how do you know Staffy, but fine.
I don't get why Staffy is fangirling in the chat. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't know why. Give me a wave. But it's like, what are we at the
cold? Man United need friends. They need friends. They've done a job for us, but we'll get onto that, Hassam.
Actually, I need friends at this moment in time. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm the one that needs friends, probably more than Staffy right now. He's won back-to-back games, you know, for the first time in 2 years.
We're gonna get there, but land your point.
I can't wait.
On Chelsea.
My thing is, the problem with Chelsea fans is they need to realize there exists a world outside Chelsea, guys. Like, that's why every time I say, like, I don't think Cucurella is the best left back in the world. I think Nuno Mendes is. I don't think Reece James is the best right back in the Premier League. I think Timber is. I think Hakimi is better than both of them. That's my opinion. I don't think Caicedo is the best DM in the world. I think Rodri is. I think Vitinha is. Like, it's just, you know, it's with all due respect. Like, Palmer ain't the best 10 in the world. Or
who's better than Palmer in the 10? No, answer that. Who's better than Palmer in the 10?
Jude Bellingham.
Not even a proper 10, and he's not better than
Sam, this is why you're my guy.
Not even a proper 10, and he's not better than
Jude
Bellingham like he's this bum. Jude Bellingham is a complete footballer. Do everything.
Sam, this is Champions League winning Jude Bellingham, but Chelsea fans will convince you that Palmer's better than him. It's insanity. It's honestly insanity.
Club World Cup winning Cole Palmer. But anyways, listen,
you're comparing Club World Cup to Champions League.
I don't want to be here just saying that, oh, we can't win the league because of this, we can't win the league because of that. Again, I've mentioned the centre backs, which is an issue for me. I mentioned the goalkeeper, which both of those which we should have addressed in the summer, but it didn't happen. That's cool. We're here right now. We're not far off the top of the table, and we're missing so many key pieces to our team that Liverpool can't say because they've got all their players fit. All their outfield players are pretty much fit right now and available. Right? We haven't been able to say that. We've been missing our best attacking player. Again, Mo mentioned, obviously it's going to be great when you have Caicedo and Lavia in front of the back four. We hardly ever see them together. And for me, that's the best midfield partnership in the league. If we get to see we don't get to see it. So I'm saying,
immediately, it's the best midfield partnership in the league. Why is it immediately the best midfield partnership in the league? What makes it better than Arsenal?
now Caicedo versus Zubimendi. Who's the better DM?
Caicedo. We know that. And Zubimendi's great. Zubimendi's great, but it's Caicedo. What are we doing here?
Caicedo's a better 6, I think, but yeah.
But Zubimendi is the type of footballer that I prefer. It's not an insult. I just prefer that type of footballer.
Zubimendi can interchange between the 6 and the 8. He can do both simultaneously. That's why him and Rice, you see them both. One's deep, one's high.
That's cool. And so can Caicedo. Again, Zubimendi's quality, especially on the ball.
Caicedo cannot play the 8 effectively. He's a destroyer.
He's not just a destroyer. This is where people lose.
He's not just a destroyer, but you do not want Caicedo playing in the 8. You don't want him progressing play.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do want him in the 8 because he can let off shots and score goals like he did against yesterday, like he did against Liverpool, like he did against many other teams that we've seen on a regular basis, right?
Wasn't he playing right back yesterday? Was he playing right back?
Converting from right back, yeah.
So he scored from right back, not from playing in the 8.
Yeah, but did you not see where he picked up the ball? Again, when he inverts from there, I'm dominating games. He ends up in like our 8 space anyways. And that's my point. He plays in the 6 because we haven't had Lavia available. I'm saying if Lavia is available more often,
you think Caicedo is a better ball player midfielder than Lavia? Is that what you think? So why would you not want Lavia progressing the ball over Caicedo? Lavia is very good on the ball.
Lavia is naturally more suited to be the 6. And again, Lavia can rotate and also like move into attacking positions. Again, we saw it even yesterday. He was picking up positions in the pocket that some number 6s don't want to do. So again,
that's my point. That's my point. Lavia is more similar to Zubimendi than Caicedo is. Lavia is a bit of a total midfielder.
But I don't take away from the other great things that Caicedo does, like his long passing, which is very underrated. Like his ability to play through the lines, like his ability to dribble around the press, which he can do. Again, people want to undermine this and say that he doesn't do this. I don't know why, but he does. If you watch him regularly, you see he does this all the time.
When Arsenal bid for Caicedo 2 seasons ago in January and it got rejected, I was pissed. I wanted us to go and get Caicedo. I'm a big fan, but me saying Caicedo is a specialist 6, that's not an insult. The fact he can go into right back is a compliment because he is clearly a very good, well-rounded player. But I'm just saying you've got better players suited to the 8, and this obviously Mo's got in the title, is Caicedo the best DM in the world? I remember people saying you can't call Saka elite or world class because he's never played in the Champions League. Caicedo's played 3 games in the Champions League. All right, you did win the Club World Cup, and I'll give you that. But all of a sudden, he's the best.
We did win a big trophy.
No, you did. But what Hassam made a great point. Vitinha, Rodri, treble-winning midfielders, elite for their national teams. Rodri's won the Euros. I'm pretty sure Vitinha was in the squad when Portugal won the Nations League. Chelsea fan, this is what Hassam means, is more outside of Chelsea than Chelsea. Like, you can't just make these...
Of course. And when I say for me, like, I feel like, okay, I'm not going to say Caicedo and Lavia are the best pivot in the league because they need to go and prove it, right? And I'm all about proving it, right? So, again, I feel like they have the potential to show it. And, again, the glimpses that we see whenever Lavia is fit, it's cold. And we all see it. When we watch those games, we see Caicedo
clean,
falling out together. And you said one thing about Caicedo being a natural number 6. I disagree. I think this guy is an all-round midfielder. Again, I think he can play the 8. I think he plays the 8 for Ecuador. Again, when man are,
but that's Ecuador ads. That's Ecuador.
And that's Ecuador, and he's dominating Brazil's midfield. And I'm watching that on a regular basis.
Let me ask you a better question. Is there a better, if you're choosing, forget 10 or whatever, is there a better midfielder in the league today than Caicedo? Today?
Yes.
No, and listen, that doesn't mean I'm going to dismiss.
Give me a name. Give me a name. Don't say yes. Give me a name.
Nobody.
Rodri needs to earn that back. Rodri hasn't played for a
Okay,
year.
once again, you see, this is where we're gonna go crazy because, and I'm sure Mario is agreeing with me today, so I know I'm the one on the right side of history. I want to say one thing. There was a moment in time where Virgil van Dijk was out for a whole season, and people claimed that Maguire is better than Van Dijk because Van Dijk is not available.
No, but that's Maguire. Don't go to the extreme. Don't go to the extreme. Don't go to the extreme. Don't go to the extreme.
Harry Maguire.
You don't have to say Maguire.
Can I speak?
Another defender
Harry Maguire in the year under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, where they finished second, was one of the best centre backs in the league. Are we going to deny this?
He was.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
They actually played.
No, he wasn't.
Harry Maguire was basically a truck at the back, clearing everything.
No, he wasn't.
So, as long as Rodri's here, and every time he steps foot on the pitch, he performs at the level that he
didn't.
He didn't perform.
This season, when Rodri has played,
he hasn't been.
Bro, you have to allow me to speak. When Rodri has played this season, forget past season. When Rodri has played this season, he's played unbelievable on football.
Not true. Not unbelievable. Not true.
Very true.
Guys, that's not some good games, some not good games. Some good games and some not good games, right? And by the way,
in that game against City, I'm telling you now.
Coming back from an ACL, you have to earn your spot back amongst the elite. That's for everybody. By the way, that goes for Reece James as well. Reece James is earning his way back amongst the elite. It's not by ability. Like when you go back from an ACL injury and a long-term injury, you might have won the Ballon d'Or 2 years ago or based on your work 2 seasons ago, right? That doesn't mean that you will always be the best in that position because you won the Ballon d'Or. And I'm not saying that Rodri can't earn it back. When Van Dijk came back, he had to earn the right to be the best center back in the league because at some point, people were saying maybe he won't go back and he had to earn that. Same happens for every player that goes out of ACL. You need to earn your way back because sometimes people never come back to the same level. They come back to an 80%, 70% of the level from an ACL.
I actually agree with a lot of what you're saying in terms of you do have to earn your spot back.
Especially for a long-term injury. Especially for long-term.
You're right. Yep. Timber has only just really cemented his place, and that's a bit because
of a season and 10 games. Yes, last season and this season.
What I think Hassam's saying about Rodri is you see Rodri come in against
Arsenal, but Timber before was never the best right back. So
yeah, true. But if anything, that makes the Rodri point even stronger because he's got a catalogue to back up what he's done.
What if Rodri never comes back from the hamstring? What if he keeps nagging him?
He's played against us, and I'm telling you now, if he didn't play in that game, I reckon we should win. We should win. But I think what Rodri does is he's a leader.
What?
And a lot of but Mo, let me land. A lot of what Rodri does, you can't quantify with stats. It's the presence, it's the organization, it's the leadership. Some things can't be quantified with stats like key passes. Sometimes you just need that organizer there. And listen, I hear what you boys are saying. To be honest, if you want me to be real, Caicedo is above Rodri only because he's played more games in the last 12 months. So you have to. If you're going off that, I understand.
They're using that logic. Ads, do you agree Timber's better than Reece James?
No, because the difference is, are you going to say that? Are you going to say that Reece James and the Rodri situation is the same? Are you going to say it's the same? Reece James and Rodri right now, is it the same conversation? No answer.
No, but my point is over the last 12 months.
Wait, respectfully, Mario, I'm going to ask for some yes or no question. Is the Reece James and Rodri situation the same right now?
Jurriën Timber last season played 30 Premier League games and Reece James played 19 Premier League games.
That's not that far. That's not like...
You're answering my question. You're literally answering my question. So again, you didn't want to respectfully just answer yes or no. That's fine. You came up with a start which actually backed my point because my point is Rodri, we haven't seen him back for a consistent period of time. We saw him stuttering at the Club World Cup, got injured a few times and wasn't great.
Yeah, but Timber has been
fitter. Let me land.
He has been fitter because fitness is a thing, right?
Fitter, but again, okay.
But not ACL, like Reece James didn't have played 19 games.
Let me land my point and then you'll see where I'm going with this, right? Again, we've seen Rodri again at the Club World Cup and the start of the season, stuttering, having injuries, getting taken up every now and then, right? And not the best performance, not to his Ballon d'Or level. Again, if we're talking peak Rodri, of course I'm going to say he's the best DM in the world. If he was peak Rodri right now, we haven't seen it. The difference with Reece James is he's not been stuttering for a couple of months. He's been back since the 11th of January this year. He played against Morecambe at the start in the FA Cup. In the FA Cup at that point, right? And he's only missed one game since through illness. Every other time he's been available, he's played. So like he's been back for a long period of time. We've seen quality over that time, defensively, winning games, putting in match-winning performances defensively and offensively, scoring clutch goals, free kicks, great assists, moments of inspiration when Chelsea needed it to get into the top 5, to win trophies as well. He's been doing that. So again, that's why we can say Reece James is back at that level. He's a different player to what he was a few years ago as a more marauding wing back, but he's still top quality. And again, the overall point is we have players like this, which means we can compete for the league. That's the overall point I was trying to make before is, of course, we can compete for the league when you've got players like Reece James, Caicedo, Cucurella, Palmer. I worry about the defense. Of course, I worry about the defense. But of course, we still have players there who can go and compete for this league title because they're as good, if not better, than players in Liverpool's team and Arsenal's team.
Okay. I like Reece James. I'm not anti-Reece James. I think Reece James is the third best right back in the world, in my opinion. I put Hakimi first. I put Trent second, and I put Reece James third, if we're talking about prototypical right back. If I'm to include Jurriën Timber, because he's a centre-back who's played right back now for a long time, I think Reece James becomes fourth. Now, these four players are all top. They're the top players in the world. I like every single one of them. You know, I wasn't one of the people that insulted Trent or anything. I like all four players, okay? So it's just... when I say like what I say in terms of like Chelsea fans need to understand there's a world outside Chelsea. There is players in the French league. There is players in the Spanish league. There's players in the Italian league. Like there are players like, you know, I watched Fermin Lopez in the Champions League playing in the 10, cook the shit out of Olympiacos in that 10 position. Fermin Lopez. But if I sat here and was like, you know, if I said in the chat, like, if I said like today, oh my God, Fermin Lopez has been one of the best performing 10s in the world, they would go like, oh my God, Fermin Lopez, but there's like exist a word outside.
Those are guys who just watch the
as things stand, the best players in the world play for PSG, for Real Madrid, for Bayern Munich, and for Arsenal.
No. That's most of them, yes, but no, but okay. Most of that is fine. I guess
most of them, yeah. That's what I meant. Most of them, not all of them. Most of them.
That's fine because
yet the best team in the world is currently Arsenal.
Okay, well, we can get to the conversation. But again, my point is there can be anomalies. We saw Harry Kane at Tottenham, right?
PSG.
Wasn't the best team in the world, but Kane was there. PSG are better than Arsenal. What are we doing now? Okay,
PSG are better than Arsenal.
We're not putting Arsenal.
They are.
Thank you. Like, and Arsenal got to win some trophies first before we start putting them best.
You know what happened in the football world to earning your position? Like, what happened to it, bro?
In my opinion, it's about
just came off winning the treble, bro.
Yeah. But it's all about. Listen, for me, when I say a team is better than others, it's me watching the games and knowing which team is more strong, which team is more likely to make it easier for themselves to win a game. Do you know what I mean by this? Like City in the treble season. Especially in the second, I don't want to get sidetracked into this conversation. It was so easy for you to sit down and say, yeah, City are actually winning this game. City, why in control, they were solid defensively with that box midfield. They score goals. Currently, I do watch a lot of League A. Listen, I only watched one game of PSG this season, which is the Barcelona game. Lamine Yamal and Barcelona would open anyone up, right? PSG looked good. I actually think they're struggling with the goalkeeper situation. I saw that in the Barcelona game as well, right? Their defense looked good. Hakimi flying. Nuno Mendes is flying up. I actually think if PSG play Arsenal tomorrow, I would struggle to say, by the way, this team is like 75% or 70% winning this game. Why? Because it's very tough to play Arsenal at the moment. You might draw.
Yeah, but PSG aren't 70% to beat Liverpool either, because 70% is like PSG playing Aston Villa. 70% is like PSG.
No, if tomorrow PSG play Liverpool,
tomorrow play Spurs, I'd say 70-80%.
No,
PSG
90%. If okay, let me get it this way. Tomorrow Arsenal play, and I don't want to get sidetracked on this because we're going to talk about it. PSG play Arsenal tomorrow. For me, it's 50-50. Or maybe I would say it depends on where the gamers are. If it's at the Emirates, I would think it's 60-40 to Arsenal.
I would say
they're missing some big players. Even at the Emirates, the Emirates,
PSG have got a lot of injuries. Yeah, they
you
do.
Cannot pick and choose where the game is. When we say PSG Arsenal in the Champions League, we mean a knockout stage. which means home and away 60%.
I would say
PSG.
50, in my opinion.
Okay, I'd say
Because-
60%.
And that's
PSG
not
win.
because Arsenal have better players. With all due respect, Arsenal offensive line is, in my opinion, is a level or 2 levels below.
Another team that's flying right now, by the way, is
PSG,
Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich are cooking like crazy. Kane is
Amazing.
having an unreal
Kane is
season.
incredible.
No, but
What-
Ken is ridiculous. That's
And
why when
Musiala's
people
back in training as well.
and Michael Olise is fucking like.
Did you say
this-
Musiala's back
Sorry,
in
who's
training?
back in training?
He came back. I think,
Musiala is almost back.
Oh, Musiala, yeah.
he's in like rehab, but he's not far
Going
away.
back to I wanted to go back to that because Robbie and Matisse got into it with DR Sport. Like they didn't get they were arguing about Timber versus Reece James. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you guys the reality. This is where Footy Judge Mo is at for this, and I'm gonna let you guys discuss it. And people in the chat, you can do that as well. Looking at the game, I think Reece James is better. But the stats don't back my eye test at all. Timber is better. Passing, tackles won, creating action. But when I'm watching the game, Reece James look better. Look like he's the better player.
Oh, do you know, Reece James is a better footballer. It's the old, and forgive me for the comparison, it's the first one that comes to my head. It's the old Ronaldo v Messi, the pure footballer v the hard worker. It's natural for Reece James. He's got so much ability. You look at his sister, there must be some mad genetics. They're just naturally good with the ball at their feet. Timber's good, but he's a bit stiffer. He's a natural centre back, like Huss said. So you can't really compare them as players. But in terms of just
It's Salah. Is it Salah and Hazard situation?
Yes, it is Salah. It's Salah and Hazard. Reece James looks better than Timber. When you see Timber run, it almost makes you feel a bit like nervous because he looks like he's going to get injured because he's a bit stiff.
Does that mean Timber is better than Reece James? Because we know that Salah is better than Hazard.
Well,
yeah.
I don't think it's as simple as that.
Factually, it is. Factually, Salah is better than
Don't
Hazard.
make me ask ads the next question. Lampard.
I don't want to sidetrack
Hazard might be the better player, right? The better on the eyes, the easier on the eye, the dribbler, the better on the eye. But consistency and effectiveness over the years, you would pick Salah. The guy that is more consistent, right?
But
so does that mean
Reece James is a better footballer, definitely. Preference-wise, you would prefer to have Reece James, but the way that Timber is performing right now, I can't look past him. I'll be honest with you.
I think Timber's very underrated defensively because the defensive side of football is not very sexy. No one really likes talking about how many.
He's definitely not underrated defensively.
He's definitely
no.
No one underrates Timber defensively. I think he's underrated offensively, not defensively.
Maybe, but when I say that, I mean like the way how Ads is just dismissing it and just saying. I can understand why Ads is saying Reece James is better, but. The thing is, what makes Timber better for me is the defensive side. Going forward, I think Timber's good. I think he's better at being a danger in the box rather than creating chances. That's just me. I think Ben White and Saka had a more fluid relationship. But Timber's defensive ability, he's ridiculous. Like it's close between him and Saliba for the best defender at just pure defending. Timber is you can't really get past him. So for me, just the consistency, he makes you feel safe. Timber, he doesn't clear Reece James. It's close, but he's better.
Think about it. I'm gonna tell you something. Apart from long passes by Reece James, Timber's better in every single other thing. Every other thing.
That's why
everyone.
You mean?
Listen. Let me respond.
Like I'm being serious, Osama, and it's like the number of take-ons double. Like
swear.
The number
maybe I'm underrating him.
Double,
Maybe I'm underrating him.
Let's fact check this for a second. Is this per 90 or is this over the season? What is this? Per 90?
Okay,
90.
the number of take-ons is right in front of me. Take-ons attempted is 2.65 versus 1.58. But take-ons for a right back.
He plays way more attacking, so he's meant to be more take-ons.
Yeah, okay. I get what you mean. Reece James is much deeper. Reece James is much deeper in his half than Julian Timber, which is actually shows in the touches in the opposition's half and all this stuff. Yes, it's actually
right.
I
don't want to break down all the stats because then it will just sound like I want to just like shit on Timber. I don't actually want to.
I think they play different. One of them is more composed, and one of them is more frantic. Like I would think that Timber is way more frantic.
If I want to send someone to play PSG ball, I'm sending Reece James. If I want to send someone to suit more clubs, in my opinion, I'd send Timber because he's more defensive. That's it.
Well, listen. This
I love the fact that this has become like the Trent Reece James, but Reece James is now the Trent, and Timber is now like the Reece James.
No, but that's the thing. Wait.
Trent was like average defensively. Trent was average defensively, but Reece James was better than average defensively. Now Timber is like, elite defensively.
Okay, let me land this point, right? Because we're not doing the whole now Reece James is the Trent. No. Again, I don't want to just go and shit on Timber because I think Timber's quality. Again, he's in this conversation for a reason, right? And it is a conversation. I'm not going to just completely dismiss a player, right? He's as good as Timber.
The butt is coming.
That being said, we have to look at it, right, with Trent. Of course, the butt's coming. Because again, I want to give credit before I then say why factually Reece James is better. And you can disagree if you want to disagree. This is just my opinion, even though I know it's a fact. Reece James is better, right? People want to talk about Timber defensively, but acting like Reece James wasn't showing that defensively, this guy was not locking up just the best wingers in the Prem, but the best wingers in Europe. How many performances has he got against Prime Vinicius, locking him up? Prime Leao, locking him up? I've seen it against Mane. I've seen it against Prime Zaha. I've seen it against all these top wingers. So we're talking about, Timber clears him defensively like it's an easy conversation. No, it's not. They're comparable defensively, very comparable. And Timber's like good on the ball in terms of like dribbling out of tight spaces. He's got like really good hips, right? He's good with that. But offensive third, in terms of like making crosses, being decisive with either final passes or shots or crosses into the box, free kicks, Reece James clears him. Yes, Reece James is comparable to Trent offensively, but then Trent defensively, it's not a conversation. The reason why Reece James can talk to all these fullbacks is he can do it both ways, offensively and defensively. Again, Hakimi's in this conversation too, and he's great. But are we looking at Hakimi defensively saying he wins you games defensively? No, we don't.
He doesn't. Hakimi doesn't know how to defend at all, by the way.
And Reece James wins you games defensively. Again, he did it at right back.
No, Hakimi, if you want to talk Hakimi doesn't know how to defend whatsoever, bro. Hakimi is shit defensively.
That's that opinion from 3 years ago. Now Hakimi is very good defensively.
Yeah,
not at Timber Reece James level. He's not. And that's
no, he's not. But Timber is like A star. Reece James is A plus, and Hakimi is A.
Well, A is too high for Hakimi. There, I'm sorry.
B plus, Habibi. Khalas, don't get upset.
Nah, B at best.
Nah. I think Hakimi has improved defensively. Why don't we acknowledge when a player improves? They did the same thing to Salah. Like, bro, listen, when players improve, we have to acknowledge it. Hakimi has improved defensively a lot.
He before was like maybe like a C minus. Now he's up maybe a B. I'll give him a B.
Nah, but adds one thing you got to remember with Hakimi is that
no. It's completely no. It's not even comparable with Hakimi.
Hakimi's expected to win the ball higher up the pitch as well. He's a lot more exposed than a lot of these other PSG players. Different with it, and Hakimi's
actually, I'm gonna tell you something. Actually, in terms of like the attack and third, the one that wins in the most is actually Timber. But there is a stat, because I want to move on from this. There's a stat that we need to actually, that tells you the difference between the two players. Is the number of interceptions that Reece James do per game versus Timber. Timber would attempt way more tackles because he's frantic. He would go and battle it with the player. Reece James wouldn't do that. He would wait for the right moment and actually read the game to intercept. That comes with experience. And I think this is what Reece James has always been, that guy. Reads the game, intercept well. He's not someone that would just fly into a tackle like Timber. I think that is the difference between the two players. Reece James will always be the more composed player. Always be more composed than Timber. If you ask me...
Arguable. This is an Ajax product. I'm just... I don't know if that is easy to say, mate.
This is a Cobham.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Timber has been brought up on pure football. I don't know if you can just say James.
Matthias de Ligt is an Ajax product, and he's one of the most rash defenders in the world.
Yeah, mate, let's have fair.
I'm sorry, I'm just telling you. Matthias de Ligt
better than de Ligt. He is much
Dominic
better.
Solanke is a Cobham product.
I was thinking. I'm trying to think.
Quality Cobham products.
I know he was thinking. You're welcome for the assist.
Thank you, bro.
What remember that debate, guys? Debate. What was that? Do you remember Hussam? That guy debate. That is fucking ship. The other fake one. What is his name? The other one.
Klassen. He still plays Ajax.
Yeah, fake debate. That's the fake debate, bro. He's Ajax and he's shit as well.
Make himself his ass. So
all right, grab him back.
Grab him fucking shit. Yeah, but that's the difference. Gravenberch is an exceptional. That's why Bayern Munich picked him at the age of 19. You know, that's a different. He's amazing. You know, he's amazing. I just love how Lusam Calling you Sam now, please. Pulls out like he doesn't do the same. McAllister is world class, laughing about Reece James, shouts to hype up Hakimi. No longer Trent, huh?
First of all, I did mention Trent. I actually put Trent second if you listened. Mr. Blaze, number one. Number two, McAllister's world class has been stretching since his Brighton days because he's been consistent for 3 years. This last,
Bro, I'm gonna tell you something. McAllister didn't even. It's not Caicedo level at all.
Last 5-6 games. This last 5-6 games is not an indicator of McAllister's true level. And guess what? If he continues to perform it this way, then you can take away that tag from him because he's not keeping it consistent.
McAllister
Just
is
like
good.
Cristiano Ronaldo's not world class right now.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah,
And that's Cristiano himself, not Alexis McAllister.
Okay. Yeah, that world class thing gets thrown away. Like, McAllister's world class, Gravenberch is world class, Caicedo's world class, like just Saka's world class, Rice is world
We've
class.
got to do a what is world class episode. What is it? What does world class mean?
We did it. Me and Osam, we did it. I think I'm not sure who, but to be honest with you, like, bro, you cannot be world class if there is a player that clears you in your position in the world. You can't. And also, but Osam actually presented a massive argument. He said there are no world class left backs in the world currently apart from Nuno Mendes. So we're not gonna just trade the highest three. We're gonna just say that it's Nuno
Mendes is...
To your point, like I don't even
Cucurella's what? Who said Cucurella's world class? I swear to God, I'm gonna leave the stream, bro.
I said he's close to. He's one of the best left backs in the world. Again, listen,
being the best left back of the rest of the shit left backs in the world doesn't make him world class, bro.
That's my point. Because people used to say that if you're top 5 in your position, you're world class, and I disagree with that. It's nonsense. Even with your point, you're like, if somebody clears you in your position, then you can't be world class. But what happens when there's a world where there's Lionel Messi there, Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yeah, exactly.
People are going to clear you.
Point. I agree.
It's very subjective as the overall point. It's very subjective, and you just have to base it off of what they've done, the team that they're playing in, right? Because it's not just if you're in a really good team then you're world class. Because you have to look at some players look better in really good teams, and some teams are doing it in really bad teams, in really bad systems, and still performing. And as I'm seeing that, I'm seeing a team that's in a really shitty system with a lot of quality players. So again, you have to judge things based on time and what they're actually doing in that moment.
Messi was clear of Hazard 10 years ago. Same position. That doesn't mean that Hazard isn't world class. So I disagree with your logic as well, Mo. It cannot be just like top 5 in every position. Yeah, because there are some positions where you can't even name 5. Who the fuck's the top right back? 5 right backs, 5 DMs, 5 left backs, 5 10s. Some positions aren't infested with talent like other positions. If I were to say top 5 strikers, you'd go like, oh shit, now we're talking. You go like Haaland, Kane, Mbappe, Lewandowski. Like, okay, there's a list with so much talent there. And then you go top 5 left backs, Nuno Mendes, and then you pause for 15 minutes, and then you go like, and then you pause, and then go like, okay, who the fuck else? So if I were to use the top 5 thing, what is Kirka's world class? Or Anthony Robinson, or what? Like, we cannot be doing this.
Let's not forget my boy.
That's why Cucurella's not world class. Timber's not world class. Nobody's world class. Like, left back. Nobody. Colafiori's not world class.
3 years of consistent play. You're consistent for 3 years.
And you need to be one of the best in the world. Like just one of the best in the world. And you need to be exceptional. And also, I need to compare you. You need to be exceptional
at a certain level for 3 years. By definition, you're one of the best in the world. By definition.
Yeah, but you need to be. You need to be like good. I cannot have average, for example, I cannot have average left wingers and say that you're world class. It's not gonna work.
No, you're right. It's the consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Who are these people?
Spinazzola before the injury, but I don't know. Since the injury, I've not really.
Who are these people? Who said Cambia? Are you guys Juventus fans or what is this?
Yeah, that's insane.
Spinazzola kick and run. Is that what we're doing now?
Name the top 5 left wingers on the planet right now.
Left wingers.
Do you want from my opinion, or do you want what's in the planet now?
In the planet right now. Who are the best 5 left wingers?
I'll nominate one. Rafinha.
Kvaratskhelia number 1, Rafinha number 2, in my opinion. Like not number 2, not in order. Okay, not in order.
No, that's in order. Without arguing, Kvara 1, Rafinha 2, whatever, okay? Now, who's 3, 4, and 5? My name's Jeff.
Vinny.
Okay, Vinny, who's playing like shit. right now.
Yeah. I didn't even want to say Vinny.
But he's still gonna be there or thereabouts, though, as Vinny.
Yeah. Facts.
Luis Diaz, the way he's playing for Bayern Munich. Okay,
Yeah,
is
Luis
Luis Diaz world class? Number 5, Semenyo, is Semenyo world class? Exactly.
No.
You'd have to do it for a bit more, but he's showing you excellence, though. And that's
I would actually argue against Rafinha being world class. Being very good last season.
No, I know what you know, Mo. I know what you mean.
I'm going to tell you something. I swear to God, I've seen Serge Gnabry for Bayern Munich having wonder seasons. I have seen Sterling have magnificent seasons at City. Doesn't make you world class, bro. Like, has Sterling ever been world class footballer?
Yeah, he wasn't. I think at one point he was, Sterling, because he was playing well for England as well in the World Cup, Euros, City winning the league.
He's putting up big numbers as well, you know.
Yeah, he wasn't like the thing is, Mo.
Is Bernardo Silva? Has you ever Bernardo Silva been world class?
Yeah, for me. Yeah, for me. In Pep's like top years.
Is Kyle Walker? Was Kyle Walker world class?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Diaz. So everyone now is world class.
Not everybody, but you're just about the best team in the world that won a treble.
Hey, hold on. We said Kyle Walker wasn't world class. We said Kyle Walker was never world class.
No,
you telling me at one point you would. So was Trent
I like Kyle Walker.
Is Trent world class? Is Trent world class? Huss? I wouldn't have said
never been world class. And how was Kyle Walker not world class?
Like,
you could say Carl Hart was better than Kyle Walker at his prime, but there wasn't many that you would say are clear of Kyle Walker in his prime. There wasn't many.
I think Carvajal is a facade.
A facade is that's actually crazy to say.
Carvajal is nothing but an average right back who's just good. That's it.
Well, you said he's the Spanish Gary Neville.
He ain't. That's what I believe, but I wasn't gonna go there.
I'm not gonna do all that. But
Gary, I'm gonna tell you guys something. Gary Neville being one of the best right backs in the history of the sport is one of the myths that I will make it my target to actually debunk that. Maybe for the next 3-4 years, because I watched Gary Neville. Maybe not in the 90s, but I watched Gary Neville, bro. If you want to compare Gary Neville to the Michel Salgado was better than him, with all due respect.
Oh, that's pain. That's pain.
Michel Salgado was good. Michel Salgado was a good right back.
I only know Blackburn Salgado, bro.
No, I'm talking about Real Madrid. Michel Salgado. Michel Salgado was a good right back. Ivanovic. I'm gonna tell you, Ivanovic was a better right back. Ivanovic is a better right back than Gary Neville. Ivanovic is better right back than Gary Neville.
This goes to an earlier point I was making. Just because you're in a great team that's world class and winning doesn't make you instantly world class. It doesn't. It means you're part of a great team.
What if you have the best manager to ever coach to get the best out of the players? Does that count as your world class?
It helps, but that didn't make Gary Neville a world class team.
The majority of this Man City team, the majority of them are Pep products, actually.
But man, you telling me
can we not do this fucking agenda again? Read the rest of the super chat, now we're gonna carry on, please. In 2009, Pep Guardiola ruined football. Yeah,
let's talk Liverpool, Mo. Come on, man.
Caicedo was literally better at Brighton.
Way better.
First of all, don't say way better, because McAllister was their top goal scorer in the league, so you need to control yourself.
Cool. He was getting a couple goals.
Second of all, yes, Caicedo was slightly better at Bayern, but the first year at Chelsea, Caicedo didn't perform.
No, that's a myth. He started poorly. People done all the agendas because he had a poor debut. He's the big money signing. He's the big money signing in the team that wasn't doing great, but he was performing. It's not even bait. It's just, I'm gonna rebuttal to nonsense because that was a lie. He said he had a bad first season. Did you see?
In your opinion, it's nonsense. In my opinion,
yeah, but based off his world class levels, shouldn't he be playing better than what he was? So for his standards,
he had a poor start. People gonna have poor starts. People wait, Jokeris highly. He's had a poor start at Arsenal. It could happen. Isak's quality. Isak's world class. Look at his start.
Is Isak world class? Is Isak world class? Because I'm not having that.
He is world class. You can say he's not. My point is there's top quality players. Okay, world class is subjective.
He's a top quality player that hasn't shown us yet that he can do it. By the way, Unai Emery, world class coach at mid-table teams.
Yeah, that's fine too. That's fine.
Exactly, right?
Okay, but
I'm gonna say this. Alexander Isak, top quality striker.
Yeah.
At Newcastle. until he goes to the Liverpool and show me that you can replicate what you have done or something similar, what you did at Newcastle, where everyone is marking you. Every single game, you're under the spotlight. You know what I mean? Every single game, you're marked. Show me the ability. I'm not going to say, listen, ability-wise, I have seen it at Newcastle. The guy can dribble, can shoot from outside, can go to the left, can receive, can turn. I've seen it, right? That's why I said maybe ability is better than Haaland. But currently, he plays at Liverpool. He's not showing me that, right?
And he's got to turn it around. You know what, Mo? You're right. He's got to turn it around just like Caicedo did. That's what he's got to do.
Okay. Let me finish this. AMT saying 1st December, Chelsea versus Arsenal. Best time to find out. Where is it? Is that Stamford Bridge?
Yes, because using carefree Lewis's logic, Reece James dunked on Hakimi in the Club World Cup. Okay, if Arsenal beat you, Rice is better than Caicedo using Lewis logic.
One game. I never said
Ads, I'm saying using Lewis logic. Can I cook Lewis in peace? Let me cook Lewis.
You can't talk anything about Chelsea in peace. Not when I'm here.
Let me cook Lewis in peace.
No.
Because Lewis always budgeting. Like in the Club World Cup final, Reece James dunked on Hakimi, so he's better. If
Enzo Fernandez is better than all Chelsea midfield because he dunked on them.
If you lose to Arsenal, block me. I'm telling you right now.
But you lost to us, though. You got bagged by us, bro. What are we doing here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
I'm using Lewis logic against him. That's it.
Okay, we'll talk soon anyway.
Nafisa, big up Nafisa. Thank you.
Not your fight. Let me fight Lewis in peace.
Nah.
Thank you, Nafisa. Thanks for the assist, Osam. Agendas must agenda, friend. Big up the panel and Mo. Hit that like button. Guys, can we get the likes up? We got 500 people in the house. We aren't even on 150 likes. That is absolutely shameless by you. AMT's work class is based on a yearly basis.
For me, it should be at least 2.
No.
Anybody
if it's yearly basis, all shit will hit the fan because Michu had a world-class season.
Exactly.
If we go yearly basis, shit really hits the fan, by the way.
Gary Neville is the original shin kicker. Absolutely, bro. Gary Neville, bro. It's the original shin kicker.
His name? James is somewhere in the chat kicking himself.
Bro, Gary Neville? Oh, my word, bro. Chelsea fruit fly season, they are all back.
Not panel.
Wallahi, Nafisa, this is like kind of like scripted message. I don't understand what you mean, Nafisa. Scripted message, Nafisa.
It's not hitting.
The script.
I remember Madrid fans were saying Dani Carvajal deserves the Ballon d'Or. My head was coming.
And you want to know something? This brings me back. You know, I'm so glad what I say about Paul Scholes. I was so proud 2 days ago. I was scrolling through YouTube and a guy said that Paul Scholes is overrated. He was doing like England all-time 11 and he was saying underrated versus overrated. And his reasoning for overrated is he basically said, United fans keep telling you, go look what this guy said, go look what that guy said, but none of them voted for him for any individual award. None of them recognized him. He used my argument for Paul Scholes. I'm so proud of it. And that's exactly why I never bring up trophies when comparing two individuals. Harry Kane winning the Bundesliga doesn't make him any better in my eyes. Harry Kane is one of the best strikers in Premier League history. Harry Kane is maybe the only ones that I look at are better than Harry Kane in Premier League history are Henry and Shearer, maybe an Aguero. Other than that, I think it's better than everyone else. So
even then, Huss, you put him in that conversation, don't you, with them players?
Yeah,
he's that good.
Yeah,
he's that good.
100%. So for me, you can never just, bro, the Carvajal Ballon d'Or thing, I still remember it. Carvajal deserves it because he won the Euros with Spain. He won the Champions League with great. He like, wow. Like, you know, if Carvajal won the Ballon d'Or, it would have been worse than like any Ballon d'Or winner in history. It would have been worse than Cannavaro. It would have been worse than any what's his name? The Dortmund guy that won it, Sammer. It would have been worse than Matthias Sammer winning it if Carvajal won it. Honestly, thank God he didn't win it. People actually have.
And if it's a big up UEFA Champions League tweet, Caicedo with his shins. I'm not getting what you're saying, Nafisa. There is something that is missing from your tweet.
That one landed. That one landed well. It got Ads looking up. Ads was looking down, and his eyes.
I heard it, and I'm not going to reply to that. It's nonsense.
He gave you an eye roll response, by the way.
The shin kicker, Caicedo, Nafisa.
Give an eye roll.
What do you, like Ads? Okay, I'm going to say that Ads wanted to do the show. We wanted to speak about Liverpool. We've been 59 minutes. We haven't spoken about Liverpool. So Ads.
Smart man, Ads.
You're the host
He's in the
now.
hot seat.
You're asking the questions. You're asking the questions, Ad.
I wanted to really just listen about Liverpool from a Liverpool fans' perspective, right? Who didn't actually quit on the team like a lot of their fan base did. Again, the guys who were calling them the big dogs, the mentality monsters, you know, when with our club it means more, you know, we back our players even though they do Trent when he left, you know, all this stuff, right? This fan base is special. These guys here, you know, they're special. These men are here, they're special, right? Because remember, you saw him in the summer when they signed Isak and he was dancing and he was laughing, you know, I was like, brother, you know, I like you've been here before. Take a touch, chill. You know, big teams sign big players, but then
I've been here before.
Then I realized they hadn't been there before because Liverpool, they're not actually used to being in a position of strength and then strengthening because they've never done it before. And listen, fair play, you know, they're a big club, even though they've not, you know, defended the league title in decades, right? None of us have actually seen them do it, right? Cool. So now they have an opportunity to go and do it, and they sign these big players. And now you have a situation on your hands. You have a situation that I've seen at my club many times before where you actually win a league title, you sign big players, and all of that comes with pressure that Liverpool players and the manager have got to get used to. But these fans, they're not used to it. And that's why a lot of them are crashing out. So Hussam, he didn't give up on them. So I want to hear his perspective now that he's seen Slot, you know, correct a few things, right? Because again, that was better in the midweek. But is he now going to change it again? Is he going to default to type on the weekend and, you know, go back and default to, you know, Salah there? Is he going to, you know, still and try and shoehorn Isak into the thing when we can see Isak is not working? He's not, I wouldn't even say fully fit. He's just not in the right headspace right now after what happened in the summer. So where's Hussam sitting on Liverpool right now as a team? Because again, the pressure's still going to be there. You still got to make sure that you're there to win the league and dominate like you said you were going to do in the summer when you were dancing about Isak, dancing about Wirtz. You know, is that still expectation going to be on your players? Because if you don't win the league or the Champions League, boy, after spending all that money, after having that galactical window, after winning the league, and you're like, we need to now defend the league title, we need to see it because they've never actually done it. Again, Hussam, I don't think you've seen your team with defend the league title. I can tell you how it feels, but you've never actually seen it.
You haven't seen your team win a league title in 10 years, Ads. Last time you were still in school. We can both do this.
So
see?
What?
Because time flies.
Yeah, it does. But I've seen it though. I've seen it. You haven't seen it, is my point. So again, talk to me about it. Because you on a real, like banter aside, right? Again, you legit haven't actually.
When you say you've seen it, the only time you went back to back was Mourinho first stint. How old were you in 2005?
It's a great question.
He was old. He was old.
Oh, I'm not gonna reveal my age. Oh, we know your age, Habibi. We know your age.
You don't know my age. You actually don't know my age.
Yes, I do. You're obviously not 40. You're obviously not in your 30s. You're probably 27, 28, something like this.
Maybe
so
something like that.
20 years ago, you were fucking 8 years old. So have some shame.
Anyways, we can banter back and forth. But I actually want to have a proper football conversation because for me, it's not all about cooking, right? Legit, genuinely, Hussam, you've not been in this position before. Again, I've seen it. And it's not just about trophies. I'm talking about when your team wins a league title and you actually spend big money, and now you've got a lot of expensive players and also expensive wages as headaches. Because again, it's not an easy situation to manage. And again, I saw my team have to try and manage it with Ancelotti, who was a proven manager, Mourinho, and don't get me wrong, they got the better of some of these guys. I'm saying for Slot, who we know is a very talented coach, but of course, managing at this level, he's not done it that often. So I'm like, how confident are you when he's not going to make the same mistakes in terms of like playing the same lineups that aren't working? Is he going to make the big decisions in terms of dropping, you know, Salahs or Isaks or switching the system? Do you expect to see those kind of changes that are going to get you back and actually, you know, looking like a team that's going to win the league?
I mean, he has to. You can't introduce me to a life you can't maintain. I want him to just run back the same team. Just run back the same team this Saturday. We need to run it back. Now, obviously, we can't run it back completely because Isak apparently was substituted because of like a minor groin issue. So I would assume, I haven't watched the press conference yet. I would simply assume that he might miss the what's it called, the Brentford game. So if he can't, then at least I expect the same, you know, like concept of the way that we play. Look, I've been defending Wirtz all season, and people always like, you know, come at me, and I just go like, guys, just play him in the spaces behind the striker. I've probably said this a gazillion times on my channel, over here, everywhere. Like, I want him to play in that area. He plays in that area. He connects play really well, and he gets 2 assists. And Wirtz is capable of doing things like this. I just think we need to play players in their correct position. We need to be able to cook. You get me? We need to be able to do what is expected. And Yeah, that's my thing. Like you ask a question that I can't truly answer because this is our first win in 4 games. So I don't know. Is he gonna revert back to normal for Saturday? Is he gonna switch it up? Is he gonna introduce a new system? What exactly is he gonna do? Your guess is as good as mine. Because I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I can't answer you as a Liverpool fan. Neither can any Liverpool fan in the chat answer you because we just don't know.
I hear it. I mean, what do you guys think?
Can I ask a question for real?
Wait, I'm the host. I'm the host. Am I not the host?
Hold that, Mo.
Tell him, Ads. Tell him.
Hold up. No, but actually, I do want to.
You want me to mute him? I'll mute him for you. Here.
Appreciate that. So, Mo, once you're unmuted, right? Once you unmute, you can answer my question, right? So, again, I want to get your take on this too, because obviously you've been watching the game a long time, right? Maybe you're old enough to actually have seen Liverpool defend the league title, right? But jokes aside, what do you actually think in terms of what Slot's going to do? Is he going to actually be able to make the big decisions or not?
Uncalled for. Uncalled for.
Sarcasm. But you can unmute him now, though.
Hello, Mo. He's talking to you.
What did he say? I'm sorry.
He's saying you're the only one old enough to remember Liverpool back-to-back league title.
Wait, Mo, don't let him do you like this. I don't want to see you like this, Mo. You don't let him do this.
I didn't watch Liverpool back to back.
Turn your camera off, Romario. Turn your camera off. Romario, turn it off.
I can run this show by myself, you frauds. I can run this show by myself.
Why did you put ads full screen? Why?
I can run this show by myself. Here you go. I didn't see.
Wallahi,
1-0 ads in the chat. 1-0 ads.
He won.
1-0 ads. You're the only one old enough to see Liverpool back-to-back league title. Wallahi, W ads in the chat. W ads. Cook the shit out of all right.
Hey, sarcasm, my bad.
Hey, this is the last time you see ads on the channel, by the way, people.
Probably, to be honest. But it's been a good show. I can't lie. It's been fun.
You went out of a bag. That's a good thing.
So why is the question now? Why is the question?
Ask him the question.
Oh, I actually thought you heard. No. I was just genuinely asking, like, what do you think of Slot? Like, and obviously we've seen it, right?
Me?
Yes, you. I wanted to get your opinion on this. Yes, you.
About on this Slot?
Yeah, like basically, right. Like I was saying, there's a lot of big decisions to be made. Of course, he's not the biggest, character. He's managed and he's done well. Again, for me, he's got a lot of credit in the bank. Winning the league like he done, showing the coaching job that he done the first 2/3 of the season was excellent. So I'm like, okay, now we've known you're a really good coach and you must be a decent manager, but you have to be an elite manager to manage all these, different melting pots, all these egos, big money signings, big money re-signings in Salah and Van Dijk, right? Who are aging. So like, I'm just wondering, do you think he's got the bottle to make the big decisions and whether it's change system, drop players consistently over time and manage, Salah, who again, we know is an ego and doesn't like being dropped. I want to make one point quickly here, right? Which is, if people forget that in the last season of Klopp, Salah towards the end of the season was having a drop-off, which he does quite in a few seasons, right? But there was a point where Klopp was benching him. People forget the West Ham game where I think he even got, did he get hooked or did he get brought on?
Subbed him off, yeah.
I remember that there was like that touchline argument that they had, that was massive, right? So we know that if Salah gets dropped in this team, he's more than likely going to kick off. So again, I was just asking you more.
I'm going to tell you the truth, okay? Based on watching Arne Slot this season, from the beginning of the season, I think tactically, he actually is a victim of his own ideas and being Dutch in the total football. And I think even in the Frankfurt game, in the beginning of the game, he fucking did it. And Liverpool were wide open in the middle. But Frankfurt players are fucking idiots. He fixed it, but that tells me that he wants to play that brand of football. He fixed it because he fucking conceded. Do you know what I mean? But that wouldn't work in the Premier League. Him pressing with 6-7 players doesn't work, bro. That football doesn't work. Unless you are Pep Guardiola. And I don't think he's Pep Guardiola. I'm being completely honest. I don't think he's Pep Guardiola. The only one that pressed with 6-7 players and got the ball in the final third the most and actually was able to play a high line and make it work is Pep Guardiola. And by the way, I'm saying this in the history of the sport, by the way. Every other manager that tried to play the same way failed.
No, the other guy that pressed really well was also Klopp. We have to give credit.
But when Habibi, hold on, you don't understand. When opposition used to bypass your press, your team used to work very hard to go back to the midfield and actually be in position. That's why Fabinho was amazing. And Jordan Henderson used to work very hard
Yeah,
the
I think
team. Why
Liverpool
not
used
them?
to win the ball back in play, if you know what I mean, where City would start just camped. They would just camp you in.
Here's the thing about Arne, and I think he doesn't understand this, right? Pep Guardiola's team didn't used to take risks like Arsenal. What I mean by this, Pep Guardiola's team, right? When they lose the ball, they lose it to a shot on target, a corner kick, a goal kick, a throw in. You will never see Pep Guardiola's team. One of them is trying to dribble and they lose the ball, and now it's gone. And now it's a transition against them. That rarely happens in the game. It happens.
Yeah, true.
It rarely happens. Liverpool are full of risk takers.
Yeah.
Iketike, Gakpo, Verts, they're full of risk takers. What I mean by this, they're going to try to thread that 50% chance through ball to the one that is running. They're going to try to play that diagonal cross that might, one header, it's a transition on them. City don't do this. When City used to cross far post on a player's head, if they don't get it, it's a goal kick. They don't do, let's put it in the mix and hope that someone will get it. They don't do that. Liverpool, Salah does this a lot. Gakpo, put it in the mix. Maybe Isak will get it. Yet it's a far post run. They take risk. Arne Slot doesn't realize that means that you are suspect to transition football from the opposition, from the likes of Crystal Palace, from the likes of Bournemouth. Frankfurt did it. When Wirtz lost the ball, 3-4 passes, he's pressing, bang, behind his midfield. They're wide open.
Mate, it's a good point. And I can't remember who said it, what Liverpool player, but one of the players said that Slot doesn't mind them losing the ball high up the pitch because it actually gives them a chance to win it back. And then the other team's out of shape. They do play into the risk. They actually prefer a bit of risk and they can win the ball back quickly. And for me, one of the red flags of Slot is, and one thing I want to make clear is, I don't think we should have any revisionism. He did lead Liverpool to a league title. And a lot of people say Arsenal were crap, Man City fell off, but Liverpool had the league pretty much won by January. Like no one else could catch them. Arsenal fans, I'm telling you, we'd given up because of Liverpool. It wasn't because we were crap. It's because Liverpool were just not gonna not win. So let's not do that. But this season, Slot said in his interview yesterday, the reason we played well was because the team played the opposition played with the ball on the floor. Well, that is a red flag because Pep Guardiola always says, and he is sort of the benchmark. Alex Ferguson used to say it all the time. We don't care what the opposition are doing. We'll do what we want to do or we'll adapt to the opposition. But it's not as simple as, if the opposition are sending long balls and we can't play very well. That is a slight red flag for me. And they're going to Brentford on the weekend. I watched Brentford away at West Ham. I watched them against Chelsea this season. All Brentford do is get the ball, maybe one pass, bang, 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 onto Igor's head. And I was watching it like, this isn't even a bad idea because no one does it anymore. No one's prepared. No one thinks the centre-back's just going to miss the midfield. So I'm really intrigued for this Liverpool-Brentford game. I think it's a big test for Slot to see how brazen he is to stick with his way of playing and just being open. And I actually like how Liverpool play. I like watching Liverpool games because you know you're going to get goals. But Frankfurt have conceded the most goals in the Bundesliga this season. So that 5-1 win, although it is quality, and me adds.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
No. But let me land, Hus.
Romario.
Can I land this point?
Okay, can I just land? Reason why we shouldn't do that?
Can he land? Can I land? I'm sorry, Romario. He rudely interrupted you. He needs to land. He needs to land. Let him land.
Because I've been balanced, bro. Let me just land. Just let me land. We're friends today. The thing is, the reason I mentioned Frankfurt's record in Bundesliga is, you're right, they've also scored the second most behind Bayern. So there's some balance there. So Liverpool only conceded one. So they're clearly, Frankfurt are just an open team. But the reason I said that was the defending for the corners and some of the goals were just shaky from Frankfurt. So all I'm saying is it'll be interesting to see how Liverpool carry that on against Brentford away, because we all know Premier League away at Brentford. Is it a 5:30 kickoff, Mo? Or Hassuri?
No, 8 p.m.
Oh, even worse. 8 p.m. at the community stadium.
United Brighton.
Yeah, listen, tough game. I'm telling you, tough game.
My thing is, look, the reason why I said don't do that is we lost to Chelsea with Badiashile and Achimpong playing at centre back. is because we lost to Crystal Palace through an Eddie Nketiah goal. It's because we lost to Galatasaray, who lost to Frankfurt 5-1, and because we lost to Man United, who finished 15th last season. So I'm not gonna undermine any win, bro. Like, you get me? Like, I don't care if Frankfurt concedes a lot of goals, given the context, the fact that we lost to 4 games that objectively on paper we are better than all the other 4 teams. We had to win this one. When we were 1-0 down, I'll be honest with you, I was thinking all sorts of like dark, deep thoughts. Thank God we ended up coming back and winning that game. But look, you guys are all objectively criticizing Slot, who I think deserves constructive criticism this season. I'm so glad Romario is here because he's making a very valid point, which is let's not change last season's league title and everything Slot did in it. We just, as Liverpool fan, I just need Slot to come back to that, get back to stuff that worked. When you try something and it worked, don't fucking change it over and over and over again. The second half for me was when we played the most fluid football. Because the set piece goal that we scored in the first half is not something that I can rely on game in, game out. Liverpool are not going to score set piece goals game in, game out. Set piece goals are things that are beautiful. It's a weapon that you can have, but it is unsustainable in my opinion. I don't think someone can sustainably score set pieces. So because of that, look, in the second half, when Isak was substituted off and he brought Chiesa on and we played our prototypical 4-3-3, that's when we played our most fluid, beautiful football. I need Wirtz to be playing in that 10. Now, can I guarantee you that Arne Slot doesn't just put McAllister and Salah back into this team? No, I can't guarantee it. Because Arne Slot has made bad decisions this season. And guess what? If he does it again this Saturday, we're going to be speaking about it. Do certain players deserve to get dropped? Yes, Isak should be dropped for Ekitike right now. Salah should be dropped right now. Like there are players in this team. McAllister should be dropped, blah, blah, blah. Hell, even Robertson probably should be starting ahead of Kerkez, given the assist that he had against Frankfurt was amazing. I doubt that Slot is going to run it back, though. Okay, so as you guys know, I can't guarantee anything right now because as we're speaking, it's Thursday. So when I was answering ads, I'm like, I can't guarantee you anything. But if you were to tell me more likely this Saturday, he's not gonna run back the same team against Frankfurt. More likely he won't.
It won't be the same team, but
and is that an excuse for Liverpool not to win the game?
No,
I'm asking honestly, no agenda. Is that an excuse?
But it's the root cause why we won't win. If we don't.
So you know what? I'm glad you said that, right? So we can talk about root causes, right? And we've all established that your main thing is the root cause is Slot, right? And that's fine. When I talk about my club, the root cause is obviously the directors, but that doesn't mean I don't talk about the manager or the players. So now we've all spoken about Slot. Let's talk about the players though, because when you're signed for that much money, when you're on these much wages, regardless of the system or whatever, you have to deliver. And again, we've seen Arsenal in the slums, but players stepped out in the slums, whether it was like a Saka stepping up, right? I know even Martinelli to a degree, they were stepping up. When Chelsea were in the slums, I've seen it with Palmer stepping up or Caicedo stepping up, right? I'll be real, with Liverpool this season, I'm actually going to big up Szoboszlai because, to be fair, he's been stepping up. Whether it's been right back, midfield, he's been stepping up with some really good performances, doing the work off the ball. I thought he was fantastic against Frankfurt. Some of the passes he was playing, that was top. That was top quality. But some of the big name players, they got to step up, and there's no excuses. So I'm looking at who were like the top 2 guys for you, Sam, who are like, you know what, regardless of what we're talking about with the manager, the system, these guys have to step up for me. Like, who were the top 2 for you that you think they just got to do it, no matter what?
This season, I think Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones every time he's played, Robertson to be fair.
Those are the performances. I'm saying, like, let's say for the next 3-4 games, who were like the 2 players in your team who are like, they have to step up. They have the ability. They got to do it.
They have to step up. Oh, they have to step up as Mo, Isak, have to step up. Wirtz has to step up in the Premier League. But here's the thing. The problem is I feel like you're asking the wrong question because I could name you 15 players who have to step up.
I'm saying, who do you expect it from the most? Because
it's easier to name the players that have stepped up.
Salah? I'm saying, who do you expect it from? Because for me, I don't expect Salah to step up. I've been telling you about Salah's form.
Are you guys think that Salah is finished?
No, pretty not fully finished. We'll give you moments.
I want to have an honest discussion about this because, bro, the mainstream media now are running the thing that Salah is finished. Should be sold in January. It's over for him. He should be accept his role as a bench player. He's gonna go to AFCON, and that's it. You go to AFCON, help Egypt do something, and it's done. You're done. Khalas.
Well, he can't be done. He signed a 2-year deal, right?
He's not going to be.
Why not? What gives
you? No, but
What gives you the hope? No. He's finished as a player at the Premier League.
Top level. At his top
level.
Well,
what I think's happened is I think he hit a peak last season. I think that was his best level ever. He hit that peak, and now it's just going to be not as good. I mean, he's not. Salah's never been.
He's good. He's not good, Romario. He's not good.
He's horrendous.
Like, forget. He's not playing. Like, Allah, if you ask Romario, if you ask Hussein, will tell you, I'll take 50% to 60% of Salah last season. We still would win the league if that happens, right?
Yeah.
Bro, he's not been good, bro. He's not been good. I'm telling you, bro.
Just this season, though, people acting like it's just this season. Like, listen, last season was amazing, but
it's only this season. We're not gonna do that, bro. We're not gonna do this again. That's when people take it to the next level. Liverpool won the league, and everyone chilled. Even Gravenberch chilled. Everyone chilled at the end of the season. Because Arsenal weren't even chasing them.
Yeah, you can't take the end of the season from Liverpool.
From February onwards, there was nothing to play for Liverpool. They're out of the Champions League, right? And they won the league. Done, over.
And FA Cup, were they chilling against PSG? Were they chilling against Newcastle? Because that's where you judge the big players.
They got pocketed against it. No, that's not what. By the way,
that's not where you judge the big players.
I would rather have a player.
Premier League GOAT has 0 goals in finals, so we're not.
I would rather have a player that would consist. I would rather have a player that would consistently throughout his career at the club gives me the 8 out of 10 than a player that would give me a 6 out of 10 and then will come to a final or a big moment and give me a 9 or a 10. Why? Because I know what to expect from that player. The 8 out of 10 or the 9 out of 10 player is better than the player that would give me, hence Drogba versus Henry. Henry doesn't turn up in finals. Like Didier Drogba, every single final big moment, Drogba's there, right? But you compare the two careers, they're not even comparable in terms of what they did for the club, in terms of consistency. Carrying a club throughout 38 games or 50 or 18 games or even 20 games is much harder than popping in the final. Origi popped it to Liverpool in finals and big moments. He did that, right? But it's much harder to keep the 8 out of 10 consistently throughout the career. That is harder.
Okay, I'll let you land, right? And you made a lot of good points. Everything you said there, I completely agree with. But that's not the conversation I'm having. I'm not talking about, it's just about Salah in big games. I was talking about that period of time towards the end of the season. And even quite a lot of games where Salah was getting you GA, having moments of magic, great games, great moments in games, I should say. Great runs, shots, assists. The Travellas, they were great. But I'm saying if you look at his overall game over 90 minutes, and again, people say that it's just a Twitter conversation. No, it's not. It's like we're watching it over 90 minutes, watching him live, and it's like, why is this touch that baggy? Why is he making decisions on the pitch that you can't understand from any top player? Why is he doing things
ads
like,
for me?
That doesn't happen. Where is this?
That doesn't happen though. His touch wasn't bad last season. What are we doing?
No, we're gonna act like he didn't have bad games. They have a good, and they have a goal, and then masterpiece. We're gonna act like he didn't have bad games. Are we doing that? We're doing that. So he interrupted.
Salah has never been this bad in the entirety of his Liverpool career.
You're saying there wasn't big signs of this last season where he wasn't completing dribbles. He was ineffective.
No, there wasn't sign of this last season.
Salah's always been.
Salah's never been this to happen. I predicted this to happen. So how did I see it? Did I make it up?
Ads, let me come in. Because do you know the reason why? The reason the Salah Hazard debate is even a debate is because Salah's
really not about Hazard.
No, but I'm gonna. I know
it is about Hazard because you're a Chelsea fan. It is about Hazard.
Mo, let me land. Because I got, but it's more just Salah's never been pretty on the eye. He's never been.
I actually don't agree with that.
He's never been a player that you watch and you're like, his moments come from him scoring. When he scores goals, he'll beat a man and beat another one. He's a moments man. He's instinctive, but his build-up playing like
he's been very pretty. There's times where Salah does amazing things on the.
No, but Ads, you're not. Ads, I'm saying. No, but Salah will do beautiful moments.
That's the difference.
No, but Salah will do beautiful moments and score from the beautiful moment where you get players like Hazard and Henry who might just do a beautiful moment and pass it. Salah's not really, he's efficient. Salah will get the ball near the box. He'll beat two players, bang. Beat another man, bang. He's a box man. He's a final third man. Salah's never done all the pretty stuff. He'll get assists. He might get the ball, bang, one pass, goal. He's efficient. So for you to look at what Salah's never been, he's a killer. He's a killer. So that chance Salah gets against United last week, if he puts that away, everyone says Salah's so good.
Salah's back.
Salah's back.
Salah's back.
That's a big difference because he was doing
No,
that.
but this is my point. But it's not the. It's
even this season, right? Let's. I'm so glad Romario is here because he's bringing a bit of balance. Because it's not like Romario has a winger to bring to Salah anyway, so he just can actually say.
There was no need for that.
If we're gonna. No, I'm not cussing you. I'm just saying the reason why Ads is so invested in this argument is Eden Hazard. There's no other reason. Romario, myself, and Mo agree on this. Romario, myself, and Mo agree on this. That's the only reason. Now, when it comes to the aesthetically pleasing part, if you are claiming that Hazard is more aesthetically pleasing to watch than Salah, not me or Romario or Mo will deny this. Yeah, we all know this.
I didn't come.
By the way. If we're talking about aesthetics, Hazard is better than Salah aesthetically, 100%. But to claim that this is the way that he's performed last year is genuine insanity. Because Mo's first touch, Adds in your own words, let me land. Right? So let me land.
Okay, just don't lie.
You're listening to respond. You're not listening to understand. I listened to Romario and Mo and you, and I understood your points. Okay. Now, Mo last season, his first touch wasn't bad. His creativity wasn't bad. His shot creation wasn't bad. His finishing, everything that he did on the football pitch worked. We're talking about a player here. And also we speak about clutch moments. With all due respect, and I used to say this to defend Henry as well, clutch moments are not just finals. Because there was a moment in time where Cristiano Ronaldo hadn't yet scored in a final. Messi hadn't yet scored in a final. That doesn't mean that they're not clutch. Clutch goals is the equalizer that he scored in the 84th minute away at the Emirates. The winner that he scored at home to Brighton. The 2 goals and assists that he got away at Manchester City when things were looking a little bit rocky. Like so many moments. Aston Villa at home where he scored a goal and got an assist. When Arsenal just lost, so the pressure was on us to win.
Brighton last season, Brighton.
You know, Judge Mo always brings this up. There is a Champions League semi-final where he had 5 GA in one game. What are we doing here talking about not clutch just because of finals? If I were to go based off of final logic, Divock Origi is more clutch than Thierry Henry, factually, more goals in finals. But we can't be doing that. So my thing is, I'm not going to allow these last 4 or 5 games to change the narrative about Salah's entire career and what he is as a player. If I'm talking about his dribbling ability, I think Salah at his best is a... If I'm doing it as a tier list, remember what he said about Hakimi. At his best, Salah is probably a B+ dribbler. At his best, you get me? He's not a Hazard, a Neymar, a JJ Okocha. We know that, but those are a Messi. Those are the A-star dribblers in the world. And speaking of Messi, I'll land on this point. Look, the only player in football history who is as aesthetic as Hazard and as consistent as Mo when it comes to GA, Messi. I can't be putting expectations on Salah to be Messi level because no one will be Messi level. If I combine Hazard aesthetics with Mo GA, I get Leo Messi. But that there is no other Messi though. You get me? You cannot combine both of them because there will never be another Lionel Messi. That's why he's my GOAT, because I'm watching a football player who is the most aesthetically pleasing football player in my opinion I've ever seen, and he gets the GA. Now, the thing that debunks this whole logic is, forget GA. Last season, Mo had the most big chances created in the whole league. Yeah. Objectively speaking, you can't have the most big chances created in the entirety of the league and not be the most creative player in the whole league. So if you have the most goals, the most assists, and the most big chances created in the entirety of the league, by definition, you can't have had a bad first touch and only appeared in moments and only did things for 5 minutes a game. No, he was there. He played really well for most of the game. And if we're being objective about this, if Diaz, Nunes, and some of the players took their chances, he would have broken the Henry record now. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. I still remember the Arsenal game at home. Mo Salah came out after the game and he's like, what more can I do? When he put it on a plate for Diaz right in front of Raya.
Right, and Raya escaped with murder.
He was like on 8 minutes that game. Had Diaz just scored the most basic pitch goal in human history, he would have been on 19 assists. Maybe then you get your 20th or 21st. So that's my point.
Also, I think one thing that a few rival fans are neglecting is Trent. And Trent's role in that side, I'm not saying he's the key to Salah doing what he's done or what he did for Liverpool last season, but Trent's passing and vision is, I don't even know what the word is, but it's scary. I've seen Trent get the ball and just whip it and the ball lands in front of Salah in front of goal, and all he's got to do is finish. Like, so I do think even you can see Slots like, I can't play Frimpong with Salah because all Frimpong's going to want to do is just take up Salah's space. So I think Liverpool, and I spoke about this last time when I was on Mo's channel, that they built the squad a bit wrong for me. And I think Salah's a victim of that. I think they went too, like, you think about it, Ekatike came on against United. The first two actions he done was run past a few players and shoot. Whereas Diaz and Darwin are probably thinking, where's Mo? Where's Mo? Isak getting the ball, he's going to shoot because they're single-minded players. They're players who want to score. They want to be the main man for Liverpool. So Salah's having to adapt. And even Mane and Firmino, he's used to playing with players that will look for each other and they're a bit more team players. Not to say Ekatike and Isak aren't team players, but they're single-minded. They're nines. They're strikers. So I do think Salah's, I think he's a victim of Liverpool squad building. And I think when Bertz is unlocked, he'll play better.
If I may, right, because I did listen and I want to respond, not just react, right? Because again, I feel like there's a lot of that. And there's also a lot of like assuming, right, that I'm making this conversation just because I want to make it about Hazard. I don't want to. I'm not one of those Chelsea fans. I think a lot of times on these panels, we sort of like use takes from either Twitter or the chat and then we use it against somebody that's on the panel. So let's not do that here, right? Because again, my point wasn't that Salah it's all about he doesn't turn up in big games or that the whole of last season his touch was baggy, he was playing poor. I'm not going to say that. No, we had an amazing season. My point was 2/3 of the season, and at times towards the end, even when, yes, you're right, there wasn't much to play for. Salah was still at times putting up good performances. But I'm also going to say, truthfully, I was watching a lot of games last season, and Salah at times, yes, he would create a lot of chances and have great games and score great goals and have great moments and pretty stuff at times as well. But I'm not going to lie, I didn't watch games live last season for 95 minutes, 100 minutes, and watch Salah have baggy touches, have poor games, performances over 90 minutes, but then maybe get a GA, an assist at a moment of magic, and it would change how people perceive his game. And all I'm saying is this season, I've seen similar performances. Worse as well. It's gotten worse. But I'm saying there's been a trend, and it's gotten worse, and there's not the moments to go and save it. Because against Liverpool, against us, when you played the bridge when we won, he had that Trevella cross for Isak. Great moment of magic. And I'm sure there was even the pass to Gakpo for the chance I hit the post against United. That was a great pass. Salah will still give you those moments. But for me, I don't know when we're going to see the next complete Salah 90-minute performance. That's what my point is. My point is, when I came up to the point about what players are you expecting to turn up, right? I don't know if I can expect Salah to turn up because I know I can expect Isak and Verts in their prime to do it. Salah at this age, given what I've been seeing, I don't know when the next complete 90-minute Salah performance is going to come. You guys can argue if you want or disagree. That's fine. I'm saying, do you guys expect a complete Salah performance in the next few games?
You don't need it.
With your logic. Because I don't think forwards generally, wingers and strikers, can have a 90-minute performance. I think when I think of 90-minute performances, genuinely speaking now, like fundamentally disagree with you, is I think the 90-minute performers are midfielders or center backs. You could even say goalkeepers, but forwards, by the way, including Thierry Henry, including R9, including the best forwards in history, for the most part, they are like moments players more than anything else. By the way, including Hazard, like when you say like perform for 90 minutes, I think that's just a blanket statement because guess what? Hazard, if he attempted 10 dribbles per game, he didn't complete all 10. No, so using your logic, the two that he didn't complete, what was he not in the game?
But that's my point. So, okay, you took it literally. Right? I'm not saying 90 minutes, oh, you're going to get everything right. Of course, forwards get things wrong, of course. And like the conversion, like we see clinical strikers as like Haaland or whatever, but like the conversion is actually like 33% for being clinical. So that doesn't mean you're scoring all of your chances. Just like a winger's not going to complete all of the dribbles or make every single action right.
No, but sorry, can I just add?
Listen, this is literally me landing the plane, right? My point is with Salah, it's like, okay, you watch somebody at this elite level, right? Elite level player, right? Who's again in all the big competitions for right reason, right? Surely over most of the game, you don't look at them and watch and say, oh wait, he's doing more things wrong than right. Decision making is more wrong than right. A lot more bad touches than good touches at times. That shouldn't be the case. And that isn't the case when you watch a lot of other top players today's game and also in the past as well. That's just my honest.
Sorry. Just on that point, it's almost irrelevant now. And I think this is what Huss means when it comes to attackers. Like a defender who has a bad moment in a game normally gets punished with a goal. A goalkeeper who has a bad moment in a game is conceding a goal. Midfielders giving away a big chance if they lose the ball midfield. They're probably going to expose their defense. Whereas for forwards and strikers, if Erling Haaland loses the ball, he might look crap and people might banter him and say he looks like he's wearing jeans or he's playing in Timberlands. But when Haaland bags 2 goals and then does nothing else, and then he has 10 touches, you sort of just got to be like, well, he's done his job. And for me, Mo Salah has not always been that, but Mo Salah in the last few seasons has been a man who delivers goals and assists. He's not a man who's going to dazzle you for 90 minutes. I get what you're saying. Hazard would pop up and do things throughout the game, but Salah's a killer, bro. Haaland's a killer. Even Mbappe, I've watched Real Madrid a lot this season, and Mbappe is pretty much absent. Next minute, bang, he's just done one thing, goal. Like, for me, as long as Salah, because the season's long, there's a lot of football to be played. If Salah ends the season, let's say 15 to 20 goals in all competitions, it's not Salah's level, but it's decent, it's good, and I just think that's what you'll expect from Salah. I wouldn't write Salah off just yet, and I don't think you should expect to see him to be popping up, dictating play, doing things for 90 minutes, because that's just not him, bro.
Yeah, I hear you. I would just expect more than one dribble so far this season and other things, right? But again, the season's long. Again, you have to give players like this at this level grace, and I feel like he can improve over time. And again, like I said earlier in the show, for good teams, good systems make obviously good players better, right? Bad systems, we've seen even good players look horrible in bad systems. Again, I don't think Isak's a horrible player. I think he's a top quality player. I'm not going to say world class because that's too subjective, right? That's too touchy a term, right? But we can all agree Isak's got top quality. Same with many other players like Liverpool team who have looked quite bad so far this season. So we have to give it time. I guess we'll give Salah time. I just know what I expect from Salah at this point in his career. That's just my opinion.
Fairs.
Let me do this. Carvajal dunked on Diaz and Liverpool in 21-22. You have no clue.
You know how many fullbacks pocketed Luis Diaz? So, guys, pocketing Luis Diaz equally deserve Ballon d'Or. Decode, imagine if I start watching Bundesliga games. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Stop it.
AMT, Chelsea and Liverpool fans remember Mourinho versus Benitez. Yeah.
Ads was too young, but I remember it. That's why when these young fans.
So to Arsenal fan here, we were good last season.
What is he asking me if Arsenal were good last season? We were decent. We were decent. We weren't.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. You said it.
Fair enough. Guys, I want to thank everyone that joined us. Hit that like button, guys, before we leave. That was absolutely entertaining show. Big up to Ads and big up to Romario Webster. As his channel, of course, is in the description, guys. So go and support Romario on his journey. Of course, if you want to find him, you find him on TalkSport as well. That is, but he's covering box, so that's different.
Boxing, not boxer.
A little bit of football. Boxing. A little bit of football on TalkSport as well. You'll see me there. You'll see me.
Hopefully. TK is saying Salah should have taken notes from Tony Kroos. Muhammad. Okay. Muhammad Salah should have taken notes from Tony Kroos.
I'm sorry. After the season that he had last year, no one's retiring off the back of the season like that.
He's getting the back.
Who gets 47 GA in 38 games and retires? I'm sorry, that just doesn't exist.
100%. I want to thank everyone that is here. You redirected, خلاص? Yeah, I will see you guys.
We can break down show tonight. Me, Mike, and Tom. We're gonna break down the Frankfurt tactics. Can we run it back? Can we not run it back? We're gonna speak about it. We're gonna bring out the tactics board and everything. You get me? So, yeah, big up to you guys.
And we're out of here, people.